Emmanuel Amunike has scored for Nigeria. Goal that wins the first ever footballing gold medal for Nigeria.
To continue their impressive run so as to place Edo State in the continental map.
Toby Amazon, look at the clock. I cannot believe it. She's done it again. 2 world records in one night. And she makes history by becoming Nigeria's first world champion.
Alex Iwobi decides to go early. Chukwueze shapes the shoot, gets some spaces. Osimhen.
Yes, like we never left, we'll finally make a return for another exciting episode of Sportsville. We are so excited to be back. My name is Matthew Kube, and I must tell you, the guys are in the studio. Raymond is here. We also have Pooja. And today, the big man himself, Tunubani, is unavoidably absent, but not to worry. We also have a young man who is very, very articulate as far as talking sports is concerned. He's also joining us on the show today to look at stories making the round in the ever-exciting world of sports. We'll be looking at the NLC and some of its policies, especially since the leadership of Alhaji Shehu Diko took the saddle, as well as that of Bukola Olopade, and what must be done to ensure that we continue to reform and bring in policies to reshape and redirect Nigerian sports. So much to talk about. Remember, the countdown to the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. The Super Eagles would be on the march again in the month of March, and I must tell you, it will be very, very interesting. We are also building up to that one onto this package of the show. We'll go on a quick breather, take a message from our sponsors, and when we return, we're so proper. Stick around.
Pack your bags. Betano is giving you the chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip to the UK. Play with Betano and watch live the big game of Aston Villa versus Tottenham at the iconic Villa Park. Ready for an unforgettable football experience? Betano, proud partner of Aston Villa.
Yes, you're welcome back. The show is still Sportsville. I told you I'm not alone in the studio. The guys are here. Let's get to meet Raymond Akpagha. Raymond, feels great to have you back. So much to truly savor in the world of sports.
Indeed, good to be here. When it is Sportsville, it's always my pleasure. I can be sure I'm going to hit the nail on the head. So close to World Cup qualifiers. March, question of weeks or days from now. We hope the Super Eagles can fly.
Yes, and she made her debut last week on the show, and they say when a player gives in a good shift in his performance, the coach wants him to play over and over again. We have Pooja in the house. Pooja, feels good to have you back.
Wow, such an introduction. Thank you so very much, Matthew. It feels really great to be back again on Sportsville. Of course, I'll be here giving you hot.
Yes, and on that very hot note, I tell you, when you see him on the show, you just know that there's once a hot five-a-side event happening somewhere. We have Victor Otter in the house. Victor, it's great to have you back.
Still talking hot. I'm going to dish it hot as well, but then it's always feeling like I'm family when I come to Sportsville. So it's exciting, and especially for me and for those out there, I'm sure that we're going to be enjoying this show as it pertains to the five-a-side sports.
Interesting. We'll be talking plenty of football today and also other sports in the menu. But let's start with 2026 World Cup qualifiers. We count down to the month of March, where the Eagles are expected to file out against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. Two crucial games that must be won to ensure that we bring our World Cup hopes back alive. Raymond, the Eagles on the march again. The NLC, in collaboration with the NFF, has said they are looking at strategic support for the Super Eagles.
All right, Matthew, definitely as Nigerians, we want our Super Eagles to be at the best. Indeed, they'll be at the next World Cup. But we all know that the Eagles are not are flying the way they should be flying. A Nigerian team that has just 3 points from 4 matches played is not a very, very palatable development. The faces you see here, good. Some are, for instance, Ademola Lookman, reigning African Footballer of the Year, Victor Osimhen, former Footballer of the Year, maybe Ola Aina and the rest of them. We're talking about an Eagles team that Nigerians really appreciate. The one we see as a team. I don't see them as a team. I know the 1994 Eagles was. I know the 1980 Eagles was. Talking about team chemistry, team play. And when you now have a team that is now harassed by countries like Rwanda, harassed by Zimbabwe, harassed by just anybody, maybe Comoros again later, or harassed by Benin Republic, then of course you can understand my worry. This team does not look like the team I should really expect so much from. But as a Nigerian, why not? But in football, there are no sentiments. It's about what you have. How good is the Super Eagles squad? We saw the gallop to win silver medal at Cote d'Ivoire 2024. Yeah. Was that how it should be? Perhaps the team had clean playing pattern, a defined playing chemistry. Even if we would have even celebrated the silver medal than it was. I remember the Super Eagles for defensive play. Then suddenly you love balls to Victor Osimhen and all. That's not how we're going to get the World Cup tickets. And that's not the type Eric Sekucher is coming with. Let's have quality play and, of course, goals. Even if it's 1 goal, if it's 2 goals, let us have that clear dominance over our opponent, not a team that will be struggling against Rwanda. We'll even be sleeping when the games are on and off. Time was we are dreaming of Super Eagles playing. But these days, we sleep when Super Eagles are playing. So this work must be reversed, and there has to be that urgency when we take on both Rwanda and, of course, Zimbabwe in both Kigali and Uyo. Let me start that with Matthew.
Wow, interesting take from Raymond. Apuja, let's look at Nigeria's chances. We must win against Rwanda on the 17th of March, as well as our second game on the 24th of March against Zimbabwe. Any results aside, getting maximum point from these 2 games, we might just as well kiss our hopes of playing at the 2026 FIFA World Cup goodbye.
Well, Matthew, for some reasons, I have a very big, unshakable belief in the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I believe they can pick up the ticket, and they really showed, examples from their character, their fighting spirit against what happened in Libya. You could see how much the boys were willing and ready to put in their 100% to represent the country. So for me, I think the team spirit is there. The boys, they know exactly what is at stake. And I feel against Rwanda is a done deal for me. I'm not even mixing my words. And of course, against Zimbabwe as well. I think the boys can go ahead, pick their 3 points there. And who knows, we might just, get all our wins and qualify for the World Cup. I'm not, for some reason, I'm not shaking at all.
Puja, let's look at having a new gaffer. If he had had the opportunity of playing maybe a couple of friendlies before that game, but now you're going into a major World Cup qualifiers as your first game as the new coach of the Super Eagles. Do you have any fears for the manager?
For some reason, I don't have any fear for him. For the first time, the NFF did something really serious. They went completely outside of the box from the norms that we are used to. You know, if he's not a foreign coach, we are looking back home. This time around, we went completely, for a different person. So you can't keep doing the same thing and expect, different results. So for me, I'm very, very positive that he can actually deliver. And, watching his press conference, he made mention of, him watching the Super Eagles while he was still very much active. So he's familiar with the terrain. He's familiar with the name, the Super Eagles, the Giants of Africa. And I think he knows what is, at stake if he doesn't deliver. So I believe he can do it.
Plenty of worries on the part of Raymond, but for Pooja, she's highly optimistic. So everyone definitely can decide to pitch their tent wherever that pleases them. But it is, I believe, a prayer that the Eagles would qualify for the FIFA World Cup in 2026, because missing 2 World Cups back-to-back won't be a good one at all as far as Nigerian football is concerned. On the other side, we'll be talking athletes and what must be done to ensure that our athletes does well majorly at international events. Stick around.
Pack your bags. Betano is giving you the chance to win an all-expenses paid trip to the UK. Play with Betano and watch live the big game of Aston Villa versus Tottenham at the iconic Villa Park. Ready for an unforgettable football experience? Betano, proud partner of Aston Villa.
Yes, in the wake to do things differently, the National Sports Commission set up the Elite Athletes Board headed by former Olympian Yusuf Ali, and it is expected that these guys would change the narrative as far as the welfare of athletes and the preparation for major international tournaments is concerned. Today on the show, we'll be looking at what must be done to ensure that our athletes get podium finish at major international events. Raymond, we've seen Yusuf Ali has been talking tough. It's not new to this terrain. At some point under the leadership of the former Minister Sunday Dare, he was also saddled with the responsibility of leading the Nigerian team to the Olympics or maybe the Commonwealth Games or thereabout, where we did very well. And this time around, he said there will be no cutting of corners. Responsibility, what must be done to ensure that we turn the tides around and we go to major international tournaments and we conquer the world?
All right, definitely good initiative coming from the National Sports Commission. Kudos Malache Udiko, Bukola Lakpade, and of course the rest of them as far as sports development is concerned. Surely a good hope, good phase for Nigerian sports, involving those who have really done sports for Nigeria at different times on the board. My worry is that, I just hope these guys will be able to satisfy the yearning of those who put them there, and of course the yearnings of athletes. Would they be able to really touch and ginger these athletes, these promising athletes? Most of them failed at the last Olympics because things did not go well with them how it was supposed to be. So now that those who have practiced before, those who have represented Nigeria before, now that they're in charge, would they really pass the message so Nigeria will do well? I hope it's a new page we're in with this elite athletes development board that has been put in place. Let's not do any form of joke about it, or let sincerity be there, let patriotism be there, and of course let there be honesty and transparency in this board has been set up.
Yes, according to Yusuf Ali, those are the watchwords. Pooja, Yusuf Ali has been talking tough since he took the saddle. He said it won't be business as usual. The athletes who do not have business to be in camp won't be called to camp. And they will also prioritize athletes who had that prospect made us hopeful are the individuals they will truly focus on when we build up to major international events.
Well, for me, I'm not really excited. It's just good to see beautiful faces who have done Nigeria proud for, in the past. It's good to see their faces back, taking key, position in this elite athletes board. But talk is cheap. I just want actions, and most of the things that we've been clamoring for over the years is infrastructure, facilities for our athletes to get themselves ready, prepared early enough, if we get all of those things sorted out, I think we'll be fine. Talent is not the problem, but we need where we can put our athletes, where they can be active, and also give them exposure. We need major exposure. So for me, I'm excited to see them. I'm really looking forward to what they have to offer for our athletes. We deserve the best. And if this is what they have to offer to us, then we'll accept. But for me, talk is cheap. Get the work started.
Pooja, let me still stay with you on this. It's more about, at this time, the responsibility of this board and is not about grooming talent. It's not all about talent development. It's about talent management, as far as I'm concerned. Doing the needful, dotting the I's and crossing the T's. And you must also note that where does this leave the sports federations? What now becomes the roles of the sports federation, and how can they work in synergy with the respective sports federation?
I think over time, they have really seen the failure from most of our federation, and they were really exposed during the Olympics. We saw what happened in the Major League, the athletes side, where Ophelia was really, almost, abandoned,
Yes.
out of, the race. And for me, I think the federation, they have a lot now to offer. And this is a big competition for them, for the federations to sit up and get it right. If they don't, then trust me, the board, the elite board will come in and they will step up
and take the responsibility.
Of
Raymond.
course.
Well, I don't see. I've always said I'm surprised that we still have the various federation officials are functioning. Maybe the sports ministry have been able to note that lapse right from the Olympic Games.
Yes, spot on.
I hope this one will check some of those problems we had. A situation whereby the secretary of a federation, say boxing federation, just have to ignore the name of your head coach before a major event like the Olympics.
Yes.
A situation whereby Mary Ophelia, Ophelia was for no clear
was
reason
excluded.
Dropped from a very, very promising event she was in. And of course, some other rascality from some of the officials of the various sports federations. I hope this one will keep them in check. But like I told Malachi Diko when I saw him, because there's so much emphasis on election by people who had failed us. Federation officials who failed us in the past are clamoring to return to various federation boards. Perhaps this is the time to really wake up. Now that we've got this elite board, and let's now really see that things are now different, and only credible people should be allowed to come in as officials of the various sports federations.
Interesting. And Malam Shehu Diko, as well as that, where Bukola Olopade came in with high hopes, and we hope that they will continue to hold up to that level of integrity and not allow the Hallelujah boys, as well as those who are who are lobbying to return to the system. Those who won't give anything to the system, but they are there to continue to make the system and ensure that our sports continue to remain in comatose. These guys must rise to the occasion. And to show Diko, regardless of the influence some of you might think you have in the media space, to be candid, if you guys fail to do the needful, it will be said just the way it should be. Show Diko, a perfect gentleman, same as Bukola Olopade, but it is time to get to work, gentlemen. It is time to truly get to work. We're going on a break at this time, and when we return, we'll be talking five-a-side football at the other side. Stick around.
Pack your bags. Betano is giving you the chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip to the UK. Play with Betano and watch live the big game of Aston Villa versus Tottenham at the iconic Villa Park. Ready for an unforgettable football experience? Betano, proud partner of Aston Villa.
The latest round of fixtures in Matchday 23 delivered non-stop action with 6 goals scored across various venues. I am Nengi Ernest Adebola and welcome to NPFL Moment. Let's dive into the highlights. The only Friday game saw Katsina United host Heartland FC at the Mohamedou Diko Stadium. Despite a goalless first half, Katsina United broke the deadlock in the 74th minute through Mohamed Ibrahim's strike. This win ended Katsina United's 6-match winless streak against Heartland. 3 matches took place on Saturday, continuing the excitement of Matchday 23. El Kanemi Warriors defeated Nasarawa United 1-0. and Al Amin Umar's 29th minute goal secured a slim victory for El Kanemi Warriors. League leaders Remo Stars edged Kano Pillars thanks to goals from Sikiru Alimi and Ibrahim Abubakar. Abba Adams' late strike wasn't enough for Kano Pillars, as Remo Stars now boast an 8-match unbeaten streak with 7 wins and 22 points from a possible 24. Shooting Stars FC defeated Bendel Insurance 1-0. Godwin Odibo's 85th minute goal sealed the win for Shooting Stars FC. The action continues today, with Abia Warriors FC hosting Sunshine Stars in Umuahia, Kwara United FC versus Ikorodu City in Lagos, while at the Samson Siasia Stadium, Bayelsa United will welcome Rangers International. Eyimba will travel to Uyo to take on Aqua United. Niger Tornadoes host Plateau United, and Rivers United would play host to Lobi Stars in the Adoke Amiesimaka Stadium. Here is how the race for the Golden Boot is going this season. After match day 22, Anas Yusuf of Nasarawa United leads with 13 goals. Rabiu Ali of Kano Pillars has 8 goals, while Ibrahim Mustafa of El Kanemi Warriors, Emmanuel Ogbole of Kwara United, and Sunday Megwo of Abia Warriors has 7 goals each. And Olsi Martins of Lobi Stars, Ahmed Musa of Kano Pillars, then Shola Adelani of Ikorodu City has 6 goals each. I am Nengi Ernest Ademola. Thank you for staying with us.
And it's time to talk grassroots sports development. Last year, 2024 was a beautiful one as far as the Spice five-a-side football tournament is concerned. We saw the best of street soccer in Lagos, and we are building up to season 2 of that very, very exciting event. And the organizers has deemed it very, very necessary to kickstart with a stakeholders conference. We have Mr. Akin Eshiloku in the house. Mr. Aki is the director of Spice Five-a-Side Nigeria Street Soccer Tournament. Mr. Aki, it feels great to have you here.
Thank you so much, Matthew. It's always a pleasure.
Yes, talk to us. So this happens to be, as far as the standard you guys have raised, I'm not surprised this is coming, that there should be a stakeholders conference to look at what was done last time before we kickstart the new season. You guys have raised the standard very, very high. Talk to us about the initiative and the significance behind the stakeholders conference.
Okay, so simply put, the stakeholders, we want to bring together our stakeholders, people who we feel we are going to need, in doing this 2025 Spires Five-a-Side, because, well, they were part of us for the 2024 and it was a success. I can't start mentioning names now, but then, so we need to let them know what plan we have for 2025, the season 2 of Spires Five-a-Side. There are so many changes that we want to put into this one, and they need to know, since they have always been our partners. They were there when we did the 2024, and then they can't just come in now and then 2025 and they are seeing changes. That's why we want to bring them in and then let them know what we have in plan for them this year.
Yes. Now we saw. Let's talk the systemics before we come to Victor. What are the possible changes we might be seeing this time around? Because I know how innovative you guys can be. For the fact that we're having the stakeholders come together, what should we look forward to?
Okay. I don't know if I should. You think I don't want to mention that significant change.
Okay.
It's a big one that we hope to reveal on Tuesday when we have the stakeholders conference. So I'm not going to say it for now. Let me keep it.
Victor, let's hear from you. The build up to the stakeholders conference, we are already looking forward to it because the standard we saw last season, if this time around you guys decide to go do something else, surpass it, which I believe is going to be better, I'm looking at how will it be like?
Yes, the Spires Five-a-Side program expected to be massive this year because 2024 was just, let me say, a walk in the park for us, because 2025 we have big plans, and it is these big plans that we have that has made us realize that we need to bring in all stakeholders, get them involved because of the huge or the magnitude to which we want this tournament to hit the whole of Nigeria. Though we are starting in Lagos, but then it's going to be so massive. So come the 11th of February, we shall be discussing all of the key details that you are going to be expecting to make this a bomb.
Yeah, for the conference, Akin, Are we likely to see the coaches, some of the players representative managers, yes, members of the media, and who are the personalities we are truly looking at?
Yes, the stakeholders in Nigerian football, the NFL, we've invited the representative from NFL, Lagos State FA, Lagos State Referee Association, who are always say thank you so much, because they really supported us during the last one, even Lagos FA. So we are expecting them. The coaches, we are expected to be there. Even the teams that were, that participated in the 2024 one are expected to be there. The media, of course, are expected to be there, because they are the one that will let the world know exactly what we are doing. So those are the people we are expecting. And of course, we are expecting our key partners, potential partners and sponsors. We are expecting them to be there.
Interesting. I will build up to that one. We told you last time that these guys have come with something truly unique and different, and we saw how that turned out. It was a five-a-side street soccer that was truly taken to a different level, and they said something big is also coming up in 2025. We're looking at what the prize money will be this time, what the level of organization will be, the quality of teams, the quality of players. Man, something big to truly look forward to as far as the 2025 Spice five-a-side Nigeria Street Soccer Tournament is concerned. And for prospective sponsors, partners, this is just the brand to truly identify with. We're signing out at the other side. It's been a beautiful show as far as Sportsville is concerned. And remember, the Sportsville Award, we are still building up.
Pack your bags. Betano is giving you the chance to win an all-expenses paid trip to the UK. Play with Betano and watch live the big game of Aston Villa versus Tottenham at the iconic Villa Park. Ready for an unforgettable football experience? Betano, proud partner of Aston Villa.
Yes, I will continue to support the MPFL. We just saw a beautiful package from Nengi as usual, giving us the best, bringing us up to speed with happenings around the Nigeria Premier Football League. It's all about the SV Award come the 21st of March in Lagos. We saw the recipients out sometimes last week, and we'll continue the countdown to what many has described as the most prestigious sports award in the country. The 5th edition promises to be highly interesting, very explosive, because we saw that the committee have gone through the painstaking effort to once again pick credible individuals who have truly contributed to the growth and development of sports in the country over the years. So Lagos is the goal come the 21st of March 2025, the 5th edition of the Sportsville Award. So we'll continue to bring you up to speed with happenings as far as the event is concerned. Raymond, we are saying advice.
Yeah, definitely. When you talk about a Sportsville Award, it's about credibility. It's about panache. It's about organization, proper organization. Something that is devoid of controversy. When a matter is good enough, you don't need to talk too much about it.
Yeah.
It shows, and that is how I want the Nigerian Football Federation to look like. For example, when you say yes, it has to be yes. When it is A, it has to be A. And we don't need to be rushing to Abuja. Our media men, they don't need to be friends of the NFF to say the truth. Sportsville has been able to show that journalists, there are a lot of credible journalists, and of course, many of them are in Sportsville. I'm looking forward to the award ceremony, another one, the 5th edition, Matthew.
Mr. King, nice to have you in our studios once again.
Thank you so very much. I'll also be looking forward to join. I was at the last Sportsville Award, and I'll be there again this time around.
Interesting. And Mr. Victor?
Like I said, Sportsville is like family. But surprisingly, this will be my first attendance this year.
Of the Sportsville Award.
You need to be there.
Yes. But I'm sure it will be wonderful. As Aki has already told me about the last.
Top class. I must tell you, if you are a stakeholder out there, this is not an award you pay to get. No, this is an award like no other. Plenty of integrity, sincerity behind the purpose of this award, to honor those who have truly contributed to the growth and development of sports in Nigeria over the years. This is not the award where you get with an invoice. This is an award you sit in the comfort of your home. We'll reach out to you if you truly have done something for Nigerian sports. Sportsville is truly watching. Remember, the conversation continues across all our social media platforms on your screen at this time. I will keep talking sports 24/7. I remain Matthew Okugbe. We'll see you next week with another loaded package. Bye for now.
Emmanuel Amunike has scored for Nigeria. Goal that wins the first ever footballing gold medal for Nigeria.